Are you unhappy with your current situation? Is your current situation hard? Is it difficult? Do you take it easy and live a hard life? Because that's the only difference. It's either you take it easy and you have a hard life, or you live a hard life and life gets a whole lot easier. And it's not even that life gets a whole lot easier. It's just that you have the resources, you have the mental strength, and you have the physical capability of taking on all these obstacles that you face on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? You start to appreciate the fact that you have problems. You appreciate the fact that you have a mortgage to pay. You appreciate the fact you're grateful for all these things. You know what I mean? You're grateful that you have to get your kids new clothes. You're grateful that you're able to do all these things. And those that are not able to do all these things, those that are struggling check to check, struggling to get their kids new clothes, struggling to put food on the table, at the end of the day, that is a very, very hard life. But what do you do on your free time? See, that's the question. It's not what you do at work. It's what you do outside of work. And do you work as hard outside of work as you do at work? You know what I mean? Like, most motherfuckers would come home, grab a beer, kick their feet up. And I used to be a victim of this shit. And this is why I know this for a fact. You come home and, oh, I've been at work all day. And if you're married or if you're in a relationship, then you expect the house to be clean. You expect dinner to be on the table. You expect all these things, not knowing that your partner has been working hard all day at home while you have not been home working all day. That's the huge fucking difference. You don't get to come home and just clock the fuck out. Nobody, no grown ass real man clocks out when he gets home from work. You don't clock out of work and then just come home and stay clocked out. No, motherfucker. Once you walk in that door, you got shit to do. You might walk in and see a sink full of dishes after you've been at work all day for 12 hours, 16 hours, whatever the fuck. You come home from work and you see a sink full of dishes and you're like, I know she didn't do that much today. And you're gonna bitch and you're gonna argue and you're gonna fucking, oh, I'm not doing that shit. But at the end of the day, damn well it's gonna get done anyway. So might as well fucking do it. All right? Don't start a fight over something you're gonna fucking do anyway. That's like the number one thing that most men need to fucking learn, is the fact that when you come home, that's when the real work begins. You can't live an easy life by always taking the easy paths. The harder you make your day-to-day actions, the harder you are on yourself, the easier life will become. You'll be able to do all this shit. Here's the thing. The universe is going to grant you everything you ever want in life. Every desire, every goal, every possibility you want. The universe is going to gift you every opportunity to make your dreams come true. But it's also going to grant you an equal or greater distraction. And most motherfuckers are failing with these distractions. They're failing because of the TV. They're failing because of the food. They're failing because of video games. They're failing because of fucking porn. They're failing. At the end of the day, here's the thing. Everybody that watches porn, right, and does their thing with porn, here's the thing. Stop wearing gloves to the gym. Because of my fucking hands, it's like getting a hand job by a goddamn eagle. I can't. You know what I mean? Get some working man hands. Get some hands like you've been doing some shit. And trust me, it's going to prevent all that real fucking quick. But at the end of the day, just you gotta take these vices, drugs, drinking, video games, TV, sitting on the fucking couch, flicking your fucking thumb on your screen. You know why Rolls Royce, Bugatti, Porsche, all these cars that you want, all these expensive cars, you know why they don't have commercials? Because motherfuckers sitting on the couch can't buy them. You see what I mean? That's exactly why. That's the proof right there. That right there says everything you need to know on why shit's not happening. Because you're not making shit happen. You know what I mean? You got to get up and make shit happen. That's the only way anything's going to happen. You can't get nowhere sitting on the couch. You can't get nowhere staying in one spot. And if you sit here and keep trading your time for money and that's all you got going on is you're making $10, $20, $30, $40, $50 an hour, realistically $50 an hour when you got kids, you can't live a very comfortable life. You're going to be getting by check by check. That's just how it's going to go. Unless you have side investments or a side hustle, side business, things like that, it's not going to happen. You're not going to be comfortable. You're just not. If you want to live a comfortable life, you got to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Stop waking up early and setting alarms for fucking $30 and then you don't set alarms for yourself. Shit doesn't make sense. Your wealth will never outgrow your health. It never will. I even have high-end clients that make a shit ton of money. Their wallets are fat and then they are fat. Their waistline's fat because they focus on making their wallet fat. And at the end of the day, once they start trimming down, once they get healthier, once they get more clarity, once they get more discipline, once they start falling into a healthy routine and a disciplined routine and they get more confident and they just become this walking fucking resume, right? Realistically, they become a walking fucking resume. Then they make more money. Why? It's not because they're in shape, they make more money. No, they get the confidence, they get the discipline, they get the know-how, they get the clarity. They wake up and they realize that there's more of a purpose to what they're doing rather than just like making fucking money. They realize the importance of discipline. They realize the importance of all the lives that depend on them, their employees, everybody that depends on them, their families, and they realize that they are put on this earth to serve. And this isn't a religious thing. I'm not religious. But at the end of the day, that's what it's about. You wake up, you go get rid of all the negative energy you need to at the first thing in the morning. You become the person that you admire. You become the person that you want to be. You become the person that you want your kids to grow up to be like. Now, when you have kids, if you don't have kids, when you do have kids, your kids look up to you. You need to be somebody that you want your kids to look up to. And there's going to come a day when you tell your kids, I want you to be better than me. And those kids have two options by looking at you. They can say, fuck, that's easy. That's not going to be hard to be better than you. You know what I mean? And then there's the kids like, how the fuck am I? God damn. You know what I mean? You want to make it intimidating. You want to make it intimidating for anybody to find somebody better. You know what I mean? You got to be that person. It's got to resonate within you. It's got to resonate within them. You have to be. You have to be. Because if you're not, they're going to look for somebody else. They're going to look up to somebody else. Or they'll become just like you. And once they become just like you, then you'll have a problem with it. You see what I'm saying? Once they become just like you, you're going to have a problem with it because you know damn well you failed because your kids should have done more. You know what I mean? Now, you can have the regret of sitting around, not doing anything for the rest of your life, or you can have the regret of possibly failing at chasing your dreams, possibly failing at getting better. There's always going to be a possibility of failure, but you can either be a failure or you can possibly fail by being great. You can either be a victim or you can be a victor. Those are the two options you have in life. And you can sit here and say, oh, one day this, one day that. On Monday, I'll get started. Oh, New Year's coming up. New Year's, I'll get started. After Thanksgiving, I'll get started because the food's going to be good. After Christmas, I'll get started because we got Christmas parties and this party and that party. And that's exactly what the fuck I mean. All these distractions.